So in this video, we're going to be taking a look at the box office and a oversight of the ticketing side to Festival Pro. So first of all, we're going to take a look at the latest sales. Now here you'll be able to see all of the information of the latest sales that have come through the Festival Pro system. Now you have each individual contact. You can see which stage the payment is at, and you can also see the amounts paid. If you were to go into any individual contact, you'll be able to access all of their personal information, their QR codes, and from here you can actually void or scan their QR codes. You can also create individual refunds. You can resend tickets. You can create invoices, view those tickets, and change the details if you wanted to. But we'll go more in depth on that in another video. So from your registrations page, you can also export all of your customers' QR codes as well as their details. You would do this by hitting export. You want to select e-tickets. Now that will generate all of the ticket information, including the QR codes. And then under contact fields, you want to select their first name and surname. You could do their email and their phone and their address as well if you needed that. And then you would hit CSV, which would then download a document which would have all their QR codes and their ticket information. From this page, you can also delete all of the contacts. You can resend all of those contact tickets. You can regenerate any of the QR codes. For example, if for some reason you wanted to recall all of your tickets, what the regenerating ticket codes will do will delete all of the current QR codes and generate new ones. And then lastly, you can also bulk email these people as well. Now you will see at the bottom here, we have Gary has a deposit. And what you can do is you can set up your ticketing page to be able to pay a deposit now and take the rest of the payment later. This is done by the customer logging into the Festival Pro system and completing their payment either in installments or in one lump sum. These options you can change in the config settings as well. So if we were taking a look at this booking, you can see that currently there's no QR codes generated, there's no tickets generated. And the status of this is on a deposit. You can see how much they've paid. Now, if they log in to complete this payment, it will automatically change to being paid. But if the payment hasn't gone through for any reason or payment has been taken in a different method, then you can select here paid. And then what you can do is you can choose the payment date, the method of payment, and the amount. And then you can mark that as being paid as well. It's also important to see that you can have unpaid tickets as well. Now, depending on how you've set up your ticket page, you can give the option not to pay the tickets and have people pay at a later date. An example of this is where we had one customer who was generating tickets for all of their regulars and then deciding on a payment later. Payment price later, so they were updating the payments from being unpaid to a deposit, requesting either 50 or 90 pounds or whatever price, basically. And you can also create discount codes. Now, when you're creating a discount code, you have to select which ticket you're offering a discount for. You can select all of them if you wish, so that it will give a discount on the entire price. You need to enter your code. And you can choose the type of discount. You can either have a percentage off, a money off, or a fixed cost as well. Select your amount, and then you can select how many of these discounts you want to be available, and then a valid from and a valid to. So at any point as well, you can update those discounts, and you can delete them or remove them kind of as you like. Lastly, for this video, we're just going to quickly take a look at some of the ticketing page options. Now, the ticketing page is essentially a form. So as you can see, this is what the ticketing page will look like. Different price options. Now, there'll be another video which kind of explains more in depth about the ticketing form, but just some basic options that you can select from your main settings that might be helpful is from the payment options. We currently have an option within Festival Pro for ticket resale, where people can go online and resell their tickets. So you will select yes for that if you want that option available. For deposit payments to be enabled, you need to select yes. Then there's the invoices. So you can choose to have no invoice sent or an invoice sent once your customer's paid. You can also choose for an invoice to be sent but no payment to be taken. This is normally done when you're dealing with vendors. You can have an invoice sent to admin once the payment has been taken. You can have an invoice sent to admin with no payment taken. Once again, this could be done for vendors, but the invoice won't be sent to the customer. It'll only be sent to the admin this time. Or you can have invoice sent with a payment option available, which means they'll be able to choose whether they want to invoice or whether they want to pay immediately. Now in this tab here, there's on completion. You can have the options to not send tickets or to send tickets to individuals or the main booker. Now, this would be handy if you didn't want to send your tickets off until a week or two before the event, let's say. You can have the option for no tickets to be sent. And then when it comes to the time where you want to send your tickets, you can change this option to be yes, send tickets to main booker. Save that. You can view all your ticket sales, and then you can hit resend tickets, and then that will generate a ticket this time around. So there's a few basic ways to look at using the ticketing system within Festival Pro. Look out for some more videos which will help you in the more in-depth things such as building the form and refunds as well.